So today we're going to have a discussion and practice trying to get into a proper table position. Now, it's always what seems to be the easiest poses that are actually the hardest ones and often, the most under-taught ones. So we're going to get into the proper alignments and the do's and the don'ts of a proper table pose. If you have really bad wrists, you're more than welcome to either get some yoga blocks to put your arms on or a stool or something if you want to. It all still is the same sort of thing. When we do table, we think about our arms and our legs, right? It's really about the core and how you support the arms and the legs using the core. So it isn't using the arms and legs and then there's this thing in between them that just sort of hangs out. We're not too sure what it does. If you don't have the proper spinal structure when you're doing table, you're actually loading your wrists and your knees quite significantly, and your shoulders, elbows, right, all the joints. So you want to make sure that there is core engagement when you do it. So we're going to figure all that out. Sound good? So let's go ahead, come into a 4-point kneeling position. So in your 4-point kneeling position, okay, make sure that the hands are spread out, the middle finger is facing forward, okay? You don't have to have your hands right close. You might have them a little bit wider, okay? That's okay, give yourself some space, okay? And we're also gonna make sure that the knees are under the hips. So oftentimes, sometimes we put the knees together. Sometimes we go like really wide. Looks like you just got back from a horseback ride. So spread out the fingers, middle finger facing forward. Now, something I want you to do is I want you to take your hands, okay, so these here in the palm, those are your root knuckles, okay? I want you to feel yourself press into the root knuckles and spread it right to the fingertips. Okay, if you have any issues with your knuckles, this is where, like if you have arthritis or whatever, you may opt to do this on a yoga block. So I'm just looking at where my blocks are. So I'll show you with, actually I have my platform extender here, not as high as what I would like to see, right? We want it a little bit higher, but you can do it like this, okay? A little bit harder. It's easier to be up higher. So even if you have something like this, that you can actually let the arms come off the sides. And so you're just using the heel of the hand and keeping this relatively straight. So that's same with, I have a lot of people who have arthritis in their thumbs, okay? And they're like, ouch, my thumbs, right? So I get it. Try to find what works for you, okay? So we're coming into our 4-point kneeling position again, okay? So press down, spread it out, okay? Now, if you watched my planking video, which you might decide to watch after this, because it might not seem so scary, we talk about all the alignments. So the shoulders, don't let your shoulders come up, okay? Push the mat away from you. Push the floor away from you, okay? So it's not to push and squeeze, okay? It's to feel like you're pressing your spine up between the shoulder blades. But then you don't sneak up. You pull the shoulder blades down the back, okay? Now while you're doing this, okay, here, let me just tuck my shirt in so you guys can sort of see what's going on there. So you pull the shoulder blades down. When you pull your shoulder blades down, you're activating lats and serratus, okay? These hug around and pull into the belly, into the obliques, and into the deep abdominals once we start working from the pelvis, okay? So pull the shoulder blades down. Lift the spine up softly. Let the neck relax. Relax the head. Shake, relax your jaw. Stick your tongue out, right? Our tongue's a muscle too, right? Hold tension in it. Ready? Now, the pelvis, okay? So if you have a bulge in your spine, you don't want to push up and round or even try to be flat. You do want to first hang on to the core and then sink slightly. I also discussed this in the planking video, okay? Don't do this, right? I also mentioned that, but don't, just please don't. So you want to feel like your tailbone is tucking. So think about a dog that's been bad, how it tucks its tail between its legs. That's what you want. It's a pelvic tilt, okay? That pulls up and lets your core recruit. Now, this is table. How do you know if you're doing it right? Let's test it, okay? So, while you're here, okay, I just want you to close your eyes, okay? I want you to visualize the four corners of your core, okay? Now, I know people are going to argue with me on this. Just don't. Just hear me out. Shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip. The reason I call these the four corners of the core is it's our connecting points from our limbs to our torso. So in order to lift an arm up, right, you need to have your core engaged. A lot of times we don't. We sink into one side and then we throw it up and we're gripping up into the neck and we're like, oh, look, I'm doing it. No, you're not. Okay, so what you're going to do, press in, recruit, tuck, take your exhale. Not sure why we're breathing like that? Go find my video on Pilates Basics, the breathings, the very first video you should ever do. There's 3 basics videos. Okay, guys, I hate to keep sending you around and around, but I can't keep talking about the exact same things in every video. Okay, so they're all there for a reason. So pull the belly up. Ready? Now visualize shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip. Okay, all 4 grounded. As you slowly start to raise an arm up, imagine that you still have a column of energy pushing the shoulder in. Now, let's talk about the arm for a second. Palm in, shoulder wide. Notice I'm not sneaking my shoulder to my ear. I'm pulling it down and I'm recruiting my core like crazy. Reach it up. No strain in my neck. Okay, stick out your tongue. Take an exhale. Slowly take that arm down. Okay, good. Realign. Okay, good. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the other side. Reach up. Excuse me. Whew. And my heat just kicked in. So, I don't know if any of you sneeze when your heat first kicks in too. It's like, whew. It's not like it's the first time, but whenever it kicks in, sometimes I sneeze. So, same thing. Now, your non-dominant arm, which for me it's my left, should be better at this because it's better at recruiting the back. What it sucks at is recruiting the core. Your dominant arm, so the one that is normally that you write with, if you punch somebody, you punch them with, that is going to be easier to engage the core, but it's going to suck with the shoulder. It's going to try to go up into your upper trap, and you're going to have to work your lats like crazy to get that to activate, okay? So, now, here's the hard part. Arms are usually pretty easy, okay? Now it's the legs. So you're going to feel those columns of energy still pressing in. Okay, press back, get the core, get the upper body aligned, and you're going to slowly reach a leg up. I don't care how high, okay? I don't want you lifting or tipping or dropping. Okay, even drop and look at where your pelvis is. Okay, nice deep breath. So don't let yourself tip up because that's cheating. And then take it down. Okay, now go to the other side. Okay, yep. So slowly. Now my left core is my weak side, so my right one was awesome. Okay, good. And imagine the cross chain. So there's X's. There's the box of the core. So feel yourself recruiting the right side to support the left and bring it down. Good. Give a little stretch. Good. Shake out the wrists. Good, because now we're going to get harder. Okay? So those are just the basic movements of table, right? Just try to do arm, arm, leg, leg, and try to let the arms just be a little bit, let the joints be a little bit freer. Focus on moving the core first, okay, from the core, okay? So now, what you're going to do, okay, is you're going to slowly try to take the right arm up, okay, or one arm up, and you're going to shift and move the arm out to the side. Palm goes down, okay? Don't keep it up. Well, you can keep it up, but it's probably not going to be comfortable. Palm down. Slowly shift back around and bring the hand down, okay? Good. Try with the left. Recenter, reach, open, bring it back, and bring it down, okay? You can practice, okay? So you can stop, pause the video, and practice each side, okay? Then the legs. So the legs, you're going to reach it out. I don't care if the leg goes straight, because usually, watch my back. When my leg goes straight, my back is going to arch, okay? Right now we want to stay engaged through here. So don't worry about how high it goes. you might just be lifting a little bit, and you might not actually be straightening the leg all the way. So pay attention to here, not to there, okay? So watch what you bring your focus on, okay? Pelvis is even. You're gonna take the leg out to the side, okay? And the foot turns up. I don't know, I'll bring it up more. See, foot turns up, and then as you turn, the hip goes down. So your hip has to rotate in the socket in order to do this. If you keep the leg straight, the toes facing down, you're only gonna go so far, okay? So you have to rotate, okay? And keep everything engaged, and down. Good, left side. So again, watch the back, watch the back, watch the back, engage the core, 4 corners, hip, hip, wrist, wrist, go out, and make sure you're not leaning. So keep this leg straight up and down as you go out, and bring it back in, and bring it down. Good, do that a few times. Good, give your wrists a shake. Okay, now, finally, we're gonna make it a little bit harder. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna add more body parts, okay, to the movement. We don't have any more body parts to add, but so curl, press, lift, okay, right arm up, ready, and left leg. Keep focused on the core, push, up, don't sink, push up, push up, push up, tuck the chin, recruit the core, exhale, see if you can get the arms and leg out to the side, okay, stay balanced. Think about your 4 corners of the core. Come back in and come down. Good. Now the other side. Reach the leg, reach the arm, palm in. Okay, make sure that your joints are still free to rotate. Open. Good. Slowly come back in and come in. Good job. Good stuff. You did good. So tabletop. Okay, that's the level 1 tabletop. Okay, watch the video after this for the more advanced challenge version of tabletop. I'll give you a hint. It involves the Bosu. Okay, really pay attention to your alignment, right? Remember the 4 corners of the core, okay? Shoulder, shoulder, hip, hip. They work in an X, they work in a box. Everything has to be engaged. That's how you align, okay? You have to work in the 3D with your body. We aren't flat cartoons. You got to work on every single side, okay? I wish you all the best. Have fun with your tabletop, and I'll see you on your Bosus.